Hello everyone, how are you today? Welcome back. My name is Kieran. So today I am going to share with you an anecdote from my life. It's a good word, anecdote. This anecdote, the story, takes place about 8 years ago. Yes, 8 years ago, because I was 21. This is the story of when I met my favorite band from high school. Now, a little bit of a backstory, just so you're caught up. In high school, I was a really big fan of this guy called Justin Tranter, who was in a band called Semi-Precious Weapons. You might be more familiar with him nowadays as a songwriter, as he's written Cake by the Ocean and Close, and he worked on Gwen Stefani's last album. This was also in the MySpace days. I sort of got in on the ground floor and befriended him over MySpace. We had to drive about 6 hours to where it was. We get there, we're waiting outside like some creepers, me and my mom in the car, and the band van pulls up, and they all get out and go inside. And then mom's like, okay, let's go in. And I'm so nervous. And we go in, they're already sat at a table, and I go right for the restroom. While I'm in the restroom, my mom, being who she is, decides to go over to the table where the band are sat and introduce herself and tell them that I'm here, because I told them I was coming. So when I come back out of the bathroom, nonchalantly walking across the bar, Justin calls to me from over across the room and it's like, get over here. And well, when someone you've been a fan of for 7 years tells you to get over, you get over. He introduced me to the band. He introduced me to their tour manager. I remember her name was Colleen. At this venue, there's also 2 other bands performing that night, and they were performing in the middle of the other 2 bands. So people are coming in, the place is filling up. In the crowd, amongst the people, there was this blonde German girl. I don't know her name, so we're just gonna call her the German girl. The night goes on, the first band is up, they're performing, and everyone else is just sort of hanging out in the crowd. And there's booths and there's tables, you know, like it was a bar. It wasn't like the House of Blues. It was a fairly small bar. And the German girl is incredibly grabby, especially with the Semi-Precious Weapons boys. She keeps grabbing their arms, pulling on their clothes, trying to awkwardly hug them, and all of the like body signals they're giving her is GTFO, leave us alone. You know, she just would not take the hint. And you know, she pulled it back a little bit, but then she'd just go again. She just went. So it comes their turn to perform. Everything goes off without a hitch. It's fun. I'm at the front of the stage. Justin's yelling at people's moms. Everybody's having a good time. We're dancing, we're yelling. It's a little bit awkward because there's sexy touching, but you know, we're fine. We're having a good time. It wasn't, okay, it's a little bit awkward. It wasn't sexy. I don't know. People weren't wearing shirts and hands were grabbed, and it was, but that's just how he was. The third band is on, and they're just hanging out in the crowd. I'm standing in the crowd watching the third band. Dan and Cole come stand by me, who are both in Semi-Precious Weapons. So we're all standing there together. So the 3 of us, it's Cole, Dan, and myself, we're all standing there. And I don't remember why, but for some reason, I turned around and I looked behind me. And the German girl is there making a beeline for us. Like she's got this look of determination on her face, like, I'm gonna get you. It was kind of like intimidating and scaring. Dan saw her too. I think he turned around when I turned around. So I look up at Dan and I go, what do we do? And then he just goes and like offers me his hand. So I'm like, okay. And I grab his hand. I'm still not sure what the plan is, but I grab his hand and he doesn't even say anything to Cole. He just reaches down and grabs Cole's hand. And then he just starts backing up through the crowd with us. And the German girl is like over here. And she can see us. We're like looking at her as we're backing away. And as we're backing up through the crowd, we're going, bye, bye, see you later. We're going over here now, bye. And she's standing there just like, and she's like so annoyed. And we finally get to like a further part of the crowd. Like she stopped, like she finally got the hint that they didn't want her around. If you want to be pals with the band, with anyone, really, don't act like a psycho. That's just a ground rule. I think, yeah. So hopefully she learned her lesson that night. And the band and I took a photo together. Ta-da! And that is the story of when I met my favorite high school band, Semi-Precious Weapons. Unfortunately, nowadays, Justin and I don't really talk anymore, but I understand that he's got bigger, more important life things going on. But he was really, really influential and really important to who I was as a teenager, and was one of the first people I think that I had that sort of showed me it's okay to be weird, it's okay to be different, it's okay to be yourself and to go against the grain. If you have a band, a person, someone special who's influenced you and helped you through high school, maybe they're still helping you, remember, that's a really great thing, and maybe someday you'll get to meet them and you'll have an equally cool experience. I really, really hope so. If you want to, you can tell me who that person is in the comments down below. You can also give me a thumbs up if you like this video. You can click subscribe and make my little heart really happy. I've left some links below to Semi-Precious Weapons music. I will see you next Sunday with a brand new video. I hope you have a great week.